Okay, so this one's going to start off a little negative, but I just want to say we have enough quitters in the Lord's church. Now, that doesn't mean the Lord's church I don't want to say anything that just sounds overly negative. What I mean is we have enough people who just get fed up and decide not to walk away from God, but they can't stand this person in church anymore. They can't stand this brother or sister, and they can't take dealing with this, that, or the other. And in where we live, there's a lot of different congregations around. And so if you get tired of one and you don't like the preacher, you don't like the elders, or you don't like so-and-so, it makes it difficult. You can just switch and move over to another one. Well, look, we have enough quitters, so let's do better than that. I'm Zach. This is The Average Christian, the project about what it means to have a relationship with God and how to live that out practically. The idea just comes from two verses here, and they are opposing, but they're connected. If you go to Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9, let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. There's a lot of reasons that people give up and they throw their hands up. Sometimes older people, I'm just throwing out examples here. Sometimes older people get sick and tired of younger people being lazy, and so they just throw their hands up and say, well, you go do it. And then there are other times where people get fed up because their advice wasn't heeded and their idea wasn't used, and so they throw their hands up and say, well, forget about it. Or you may be helping somebody personally who doesn't appreciate it, who seems to take advantage of you, and you decide, well, that's enough of that. Those are all instances of quitting. I've talked to people, I work with a Bible camp, and I've talked to people who have been on the board at times, and they get frustrated with the board because the camp doesn't take the direction that they hoped it would, or it doesn't move as fast as they hoped it would. And so they quit. And all these people, usually these quitters, I hope this isn't you, by the way, usually these quitters have all the ideas in the world, but don't want to put them into practice. They don't want to be part of the solution. They just want to sit back and talk about what we need to do better. I want to encourage you not to grow weary. It happens. You get tired. You get tired of dealing with people. I have been a full-time preacher at times, and I know I've gotten tired of working with certain brethren, and I know those brethren have gotten tired of me. The idea is to continue to do good and to see a bigger picture and a bigger purpose, and not to be worn out or be faint-hearted, as the Bible would say. The antithesis that's connected that I was mentioning is 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brothers, and this is on the heels of a discussion about the resurrection of Jesus. So he says, therefore, in conclusion, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable. So you don't need to worry about situations, who's doing what, who's not doing it, what needs to be better, what should be improved, and I just can't take it anymore. You need to be immovable, always abounding, you personally. This is a personal relationship with God wherein I'm going to answer for me and you for you, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. Even if it didn't go your way, even if people aren't listening to you, even if you get tired of dealing with people and so forth. I think you get the point. The idea is, once again, we have enough quitters. We don't need people sitting around talking about ideas. We need people who will actually go to work and who won't wear down. And when they do start to wear down, they build themselves back up in the Lord and they keep going. I hope that will be you. Thank you for being with us. If you're watching on YouTube and you have not yet subscribed, please help us out. Hit that button right there. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell and keep up with our newest releases. In fact, the last one we released is over in this corner. And if you want to see what YouTube recommends, it's over in this corner. For our podcast listeners, thank you for listening as well. Please subscribe, rate, and review. It helps get the word out. And if this will help someone else, share it with them.